Google's VEO 3 has been having maybe the biggest week in AI history, and that was last week. So what are they doing for us this week? Well, they brought us what everyone was asking for, and that was a rendering model that uses less credits. They gave us Google VEO 3 Fast. In today's video, I'm going to compare Fast versus Google VEO 3 Quality, which is your standard VEO 3. I am in the Flow workflow for the first time, so that's pretty fun. I do have the Pro level subscription, so that gives me 1,000 credits a month, and I'm going to weigh really, how much these credits are worth and everything. And then also, what we're going to do during the video today is we're going to generate some videos. I'm going to show you how. I'm going to compare quality versus fast with one that we generate, and then I'm going to look at a few that I generated before this video started. So, without further ado, let's pop on in here. So Google Flow, what was cool, I went to go log into that. I pretty much went to Google, typed Flow. It brought me to Studio Labs. It made sure that I logged into the proper Gmail address that had the full Pro account, which that makes sense. And this is just a different place than, say, Gemini, where I've created the VEO 3 videos before. So, all right, let's make one together here first. I'm going to do kind of a Christopher Nolan Blade Runner kind of look here, where there's a lot of really cool things to look at. So, first and foremost, here, I want to do a fast one first. So when you click this bar over here on the right side, Google VEO 3 Fast, the beta versions here, I already have my prompt ready. So I'm going to put this in: a futuristic grounded city at night, slick rain streets, reflecting neon signage, massive brutalist skyscrapers looming above, people in trench coats. So it's saying 4K depth of field, subtle camera pan, giving all the things that you would need. So I'm going to give this one a go on the... let's see here, up there on the fast mode. Now the fast is only 20 credits, whereas its standard is 100 credits per. So, you can imagine at 1,000 credits a month, you're going to use up your 100 credit ones pretty quick. So the goal of my video today is to figure out, hey, is it worth it to just use fast at only 20 credits? I'd much rather get 50 answers or 50 submissions from this rather than just 10 per month. That's 5 times the output. That's great. So let's take a peek here at some of the ones that I already generated. So what we did here, and now when I first did this, I did stick to the 2 generations per prompt, forgetting the fact that, hey, it's going to be 20 credits per on the fast, then 100 credits per on the quality. So I kind of ate into my credits pretty quick here. So word to the wise, if you are going to do this and you're trying to watch your credits, make sure to just stick to 1 prompt per one output per prompt. So, all right, first one here, I did kind of like a Wes Anderson kind of style without actually naming him. I said a perfectly symmetrical small town 1960s barbershop filled with quirky characters dressed in retro pastel clothing, vintage decor, checkered flooring, muted warm color grading, all of that. I mean, the, Wes Anderson's pretty hot right now, so I want to kind of see, what's going on with that. Only thing that I didn't like is at the end of the prompt here, it did say a stylized, like, picture book coming to life. So, instead of this being that super realistic kind of animation style that we're used to seeing, it's a bit more illustrated, like it is a picture book that came to life, but that doesn't mean that the outputs still aren't good. So we're going to full screen these and look at them together. Super excited about these outputs. So these are the fast ones that are coming up first. So we'll take a peek here. Notice it does have full sound. Emotions are good. A little bit kind of creepy looking, but it does have that quirky Wes Anderson kind of feel. I don't see any major distortions. Her movement's not so natural, but okay. But you could definitely tell that these are like animated type or illustrated type characters. And he's got scissors, but he's not cutting anybody's hair here, so that's a little bit of an odd output. So altogether, kind of par for the course for the prompt to video that we've seen, but not bad for Google Fast. Let's see what the other one looked like here. That one also looking good. I like how this one zoomed in on her a little more, so then she gives a good sip, and then you get the sound of the sip and everything. So pretty good. Her face is a little bit kind of distorted there. Not too good. But, if I were to give it a rating, it's like a B+ in that kind of world. But for 1/5 the credit versus fast, let's see how it stands up versus the fast doing the exact same one. So now we got a little music, a turn of the camera. This gentleman... looks good. The hand looks good. So everything with the animation is good. So if the other stuff is a B+, this is certainly an A. But is it worth 5 times more credits to get a similar output? I don't know. I mean, if you look at, it's not like they have all the posters on the wall with correct spelling and stuff like that. Really good depth of field, though. As you zoom in on this gentleman, the background starts to blur. So that all looks really good. So I'd say better, but is it 5 times better? Probably not. Let's look at the other one that I got here. So no camera movement on this one. Okay, so they changed scenes here to a different lady. Very symmetrical again, so that's really good, but she's not in the original scene. So it's like, I wouldn't mind it if maybe the lady that was in the seat there getting her haircut is the one that we zoomed in on to look at her. But I don't know. I mean, all right, it does say barber in the background, so that's pretty accurate. I love the shadow work on there. I mean, again, I think the fast outputs were better. But are they 5 times better to where they're worth the credits? Probably not. So, all right, let's keep on moving. I got some other more realistic ones. All right, Stranger Things is all the hotness right now. So this is the Stranger Things. So we did a kind of, group of 4 kids, BMX bike in a misty forest twilight, looking up at a glowing, hovering object in the sky, a kid pointing in awe, soft cinematic glow, dusty-like atmosphere. Really good color grading, sense of wonder and mystery, some lens flare and boom, the kids' amazed faces, ambient synth music playing in a nostalgic tone. You know, that's kind of Stranger Things in a nutshell. So let's take a peek here how Fast did. All right, notice there's no sound. So with Google VEO, your sound is like 70-80% of the time it gets it. This one, it kind of skipped it. But everything else in the prompt, it really nailed. Now, I want you to pay attention to the differentiation of these kids on bikes and their handlebars and how they actually look pretty natural here. They look really good. There's good depth to them, and they're all... And look at the reflection in her glasses. And she even adjusts the glasses a little bit, like a natural movement. Her hair is kind of, like a kid that age would be. I mean, I think this is, if my other ones from Fast were a B+, this is an A. Be an A+ if we got the right audio, but we're getting there. So, all right, let's take a peek at the other generation on Fast. Good there. The handlebars, there's still some separation there, so that looks good. Her hand looks a little funny there on the pinky. Not bad, though. They're kind of ducking at the end, which is kind of weird. That was not a part of the prompt. This person's hand over the face in awe. That looks good. Now they're staring at the camera. So a little bit of a weird output there at the end. Maybe not as good as the first of the two. Please, in the comments, let me know exactly what you're thinking on these. But Google VEO 3 Fast, I think, is going to be a big deal for a lot of people here. All right, moving on to the standard or the quality version. Let's see what we got. We got Sound and Wonder. Okay, the dust and the mist is way better. But her hand and his arm kind of blend and hold the same space. So that's a little bit weird, but all 4 of them are on bikes, so that's good. And they definitely follow the prompt a little better. So, and we're getting a little bit of sound. Just some kind of, not even nostalgic, but just kind of eerie type sound that's happening here, but nothing too much. Again, I'd say they're comparable. I wouldn't say that the quality version or the standard version of VEO 3 is any better or worse than the Fast. All right, let's look at the other output I got here. All right. No sound again. So just because it's the standard version doesn't necessarily mean that it's better. And look what happens here. He takes off his glasses and then they kind of show up on his face again. And their handlebars are kind of blend together here. So that's weird. So the first real miss on VEO was actually in VEO Standard, not VEO Fast. We're not getting sound. The handlebars are all messed up and his glasses messed up there. So interesting. Also, if this is supposed to be nostalgic and back in the 80s, what the heck are they doing wearing helmets? We didn't wear helmets in the 80s. So, but anyway, that's a side point. So, all right. Actually, I would say Google Fast is almost in the lead here with that one kind of taking a hit. All right, I'm really excited. We're going to look at this last one together for the first time. I did these side-by-side futuristic city. So what I wanted to go here was kind of that Blade Runner, very cinematic look and feel. Let's see how this did. This is kind of complex, so I'm excited for some outputs here. So let's see how Fast did on the first one here. All right, the animation. Oh, he ran through that person. Yeah. Oh boy, the headlights here, the street lights there, not too good. I think we're trying to bite off a little more than we can chew following this character. And the realism really went away on this one. So this is kind of like what I would see from Runway and a few of the other video programs. So first reaction watching it with you. Again, I had this issue with VEO before where they walk through a puddle and I'm not seeing the ripples of the puddle. So that happened again here. And I don't know. it's just okay. I'm really looking for the standard one to kind of blow me away here. Otherwise, this is kind of my first ever Google VEO miss. Please let me know what you think in the comments. Maybe I missed something in the prompting here. Maybe I made it too complex. Let me know, what's working for you guys. Again, we really appreciate all the subscribers, the comments, all the feedback we've been getting. All right, let's head on over to standard and see how that one did. All right. Much better. We've got music. We've got people kind of walking, not running, and not like one camera following on a third-person view. I'm still not seeing puddles here. I am seeing rain come down. That's nice, but I wish I saw the rain actually hitting the puddles. I think I do a little bit there. Never mind. I don't want to give it too hard of a time here. The writing up on the wall here looks like, okay, maybe an Asian city, so that way, it's got the symbols of a different language there. And I don't speak those languages or read those languages, so I can't really tell. But on full screen here, this one is way better. So there was some wins and some losses for fast and for the quality version. But either way, I think if you give it a little more of a simple prompt and you don't really push it too hard, you can get the output that you're looking for. But I'm getting to the point where I am considering really investing in the Google. It's actually at 50% off now, so I want to say it's like $124 a month to get the ultimate level, to where you can do some other things in here, like the ingredients to video. So that's AI Ultra subscribers only. This is really cool because Google VEO has some other really awesome things with it where you can extend the scene out. So like right here, you can add to the scene so it keeps characters consistent. But they've got the frames to video, which I'm going to do in a future video. Arash might hit that later this week. But ingredients to video is going to be essential for some of these filmmakers who want to keep a consistent character, a consistent look. So what you could do with an ingredients to video is like upload 3 images where it's like a person, an object, and a scene, combine them together. But then as you extend it out, you can keep things more continuous, and you can keep the same consistent character, consistent face. And, with some of the music video stuff that I want to do for my band, I might just do that. And if I cancel a bunch of my other subscriptions, it's not so hard to swallow that. So, but hey, Google VEO is super exciting, and I think it's really what us video creators have been looking for some time. And it's hot right now. It's really good. So please, if you haven't liked and subscribed yet, do that. Let me know in the comments what you think on this video, which outputs you like the most, or if there's any other prompts or any hacks or anything that you have for Google VEO that you're really liking. Lastly, if you want updates on the world of AI and just everything that's going on, every Monday, Rosh and I get together for the Creative AI Show. We talk 20-30 minutes about how the ways we're using tools just like this to help out our clients and our own creative endeavors. Until then, we're two creative guys talking AI.